Hey everybody, if you're tired of picking apples, pick a game and play with us.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you doing?
Hope you're all ready to have a good time tonight.
Thank you all for coming.
Woohoo! Party down with us!
Hey, tonight's a great night to think about civics.
Welcome to Friday Night with BYOI.
Woo-hoo! Yeah! Good evening, good evening, good evening, and good evening. Welcome to Bring Your Own Improv. We're so glad you can join us, whether you're here in the Zoom room or out in YouTube. We're here on Friday night. You're here this Friday night. We're going to have a blast. Before we get started, obviously, take care of some housekeeping tips. If you're in your home and there is an emergency, please go ahead and use the emergency exit. Don't worry about us. We'll be fine. If you need to use the restroom during the show, hey, make sure you go ahead and do it. Just please don't bring us with you, just in case there is a small, tripping accident. The camera turns on. It can have a very unfortunate thing. So we ask we'll be fine. You can come back, and if you miss anything, you can always go back and watch it on YouTube. Matter of fact, if you have a favorite show, you can go back at any time to our YouTube channel and check that out. And if you are out on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe, because those things really help us out. And if you really want to make sure, you can click the little bell icon and we'll come up every time we go live. All right. From there, the chat is going to be a very important part of the show this evening. So here in the Zoom world, you're going to see a chat button down here, and then over in the corner, there's going to be a little chat box. Make sure you go ahead and pop that in now to see if that works. And if you're in YouTube, there's also a chat feature over to the same side. Let's put in the first word you can think of that starts with the letter B. Go ahead and write that into the chat. See if it's working for you. All right. Yes. Alan knows how to spell. Thank you, Alan. Cool. Looking at that all works. Awesome. I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Daniel. I'm going to be hosting the show this evening. And man, do we have a great cast for you tonight, because we have Tim. Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
All right.
Tim's going to work on that spotlight button. We have Mallory.
How the spotlight button works. Yay, me!
We got Brett.
How's it going, everyone? Nice to meet you.
Amy.
Ooh, technology is fun.
Jared.
Despite what you may have heard, I've never been the mayor of any city anywhere.
And Ian.
Hey everybody, welcome. Glad to have you with us.
And of course, in our show, it's very important that we have the Fam Cup.
Fam Cup.
The Fam is our featured audience member, and they're going to be a part of this show in the way that we're going to ask them questions, and those questions are going to provide us answers in which are going to propel our show forward. Just in honor of our good friend Carrie, we have a little Carrie mug tonight, because since I actually have to draw from the cup and she's not here to do it, she's going to do it in spirit. And we've got, what we got? The problem is when you grab a cup, make sure you dry it out better. Walker! All
Yay!
Right.
Hey,
So
Walker.
we're going to try to find Walker in here, and there he is, and we're going to pull him up. All right. And if the two people who are interviewing Walker want to add themselves to that, cool. So Walker, they're going to ask you some questions, and those questions are going to inspire us to the show. You've been a fan before several times, so I feel like you know how to do this. So I will hand this over to the professionals. Take it away.
Hey Walker, how's it going? Welcome to the 7 o'clock.
Hello, Tim. How are you?
Not bad. How are you doing tonight?
Good. Tired.
Ooh, what'd you have going on today?
School. Let's see. History, chemistry, stage tech, English. It was all so much.
Stage tech?
Indeed.
So you're a fellow stage tech person.
That is correct, Mallory.
Excellent. All right. Your favorite stage tech item, like if you have a specific job as a stage tech, you could have any one. Which one would you want?
Probably spotlights.
If you're building the stage, what tool brand do you think is the most reliable, or what would you use?
A drill.
I like that.
Good choice. So we are getting into Halloween, breaking a little bit from the stage and the theater tech because I could just talk about that for hours. Halloween is coming up, and there are some controversial candy options out there. Some people love their circus peanuts, and others with taste like candy corn. What is your favorite controversial candy?
Three Musketeers.
Good choice.
I like that. Speaking of sweets, if you had a chocolate chip cookie to use for anything other than eating, what would you use the chocolate chip cookie for?
I'd probably give it to a homeless person.
Oh, cool. Okay, I like that. That's good.
Generous too. I like it. So, do you have any particular kinds of music you like to listen to? Do you have like a band or just a song that you like to get stuck in your head?
Definitely Hamilton.
Yes.
That's
Good
a
musical
great choice.
choice.
That's a great choice. So, Hamilton's a musical, and musical is in a theater, and theater also has movies. Have you watched any movies recently?
I haven't. I don't think so. No.
So, have you watched any musicals recently? Speaking of that, have you been able to see? I mean, well, online or anything like that?
Probably my most recent one is probably Hamilton.
Yay!
It's on Disney Plus. It's
That
great.
music has lasting power.
It really does. It's
Yeah.
going to be right up there with the classics.
Mm.
But
This is good to know. Apparently, we have just supported Disney Plus in our product placement that we didn't pay for. So, Jeffrey, that's fantastic. A quick question, Jeffrey. Besides Hamilton, do you have a favorite musical? If Hamilton had not been released yet.
First of all, hold on, Daniel. Did you just call me Jeffrey?
Sorry, Walker. When you look at a screen real quick, name the first thing. I mean, you're the one that put it in your name thing, but yes, Walker. What?
Say the question again, will you?
A musical that you really enjoy before Hamilton was released.
Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof. Well, thank goodness, because actually this cast actually knows that play so well that they're actually going to I'm looking for a button here. They're actually going to perform the play for you in a game we call Sing It. And the thing is even if they don't know it, they know it really well. And you're going to see that, Walker, as each scene progresses through. And at time to time, if I'm going to yell Sing It, then guess what? They're going to have to make the song up at that moment. To get things started right, clearly you have to have a discussion between a father and his daughter over what is the responsibilities of a daughter in life. But you know what? It's the 21st century, so I feel like that's a big difference from the early 19th century, I think, if I remember my details right. So Ian and Mallory are actually going to pop up in this. They're going to add themselves to this right now, and they're going to be starting this play off. So there's Ian, and we just need to add Mallory in there. All right. They're going to start us off with this first scene from Fiddler on the Roof, the new version.
Well, the milk is delivered with masks on.
excellent. That needed to be delivered. You did a good job. You're understanding the hard work and determination that every young woman should have.
Well, I take my inspiration from you, Mishka.
So honored to hear that you've taken inspiration in a great, strong female character and leading role.
Sing it.
Leading role, it's a leading role. You want to be inspired. I work really hard and I do my job, and everybody needs to know that working hard and doing your job, doing what you want, is very important. You want to work hard and you want to believe. I'm so happy you've inspired me.
Now, it's that point, though, where the hunkiest, most beautiful person entered, and I'm realizing suddenly that the The roles were reversed there, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the other person. The hunkiest of men actually worked their way into the woman's life and, had to win her over from her father. Let's see this scene.
Hey, Russian lady, I got a wheelbarrow full of shingles over here, if you know what I mean.
Oh, if it isn't the richest man in the village.
Of course I'm the richest man in the village. You know you want to meet up with the richest guy in the village with the shingles and the hammers and the nails.
Sing it.
You know you want to be with the guy who makes you tingle. You know you want to be with the guy so you'll no longer be single. You know you want to be with the guy who pops like a can of Pringles. Yeah, you want to be the guy who's me, the guy with all the shingles.
Now, at this point, actually, one of the other daughters has popped in to make sure that that she made her voice heard and didn't let the hunkiest, richest guy around go to her sister. And so clearly, this is the point where a little drama ensued.
Hey, richest guy in the world. It's I have cakes, and they'll fill you up.
Sing it.
They will fill you up. I can put some syrup in a cup. If you want to have my cakes, all you have to say is, hey, you're beautiful.
And scene. All right. Walker, did that pretty much, oh, where are you there? Walker, did that pretty much represent the musical you've always wanted to see? Fantastic. Okay, folks. So here we are, moving our way through our show, and it's a lot of fun to be doing this while playing with the new technology. And this is when I try to talk and do things at the same time. If you guys are enjoying us every Friday night, we're here and a pay what you can kind of thing. If you're here and this is what you can do, come and join us either here or out on YouTube. But if you're able to support the arts, pay what you can. And you can do that one of two great ways. You can either Venmo us, whatever you think our show is worth right here and Bring Your Own Improv, or you can PayPal us right there. Or if you're not quite sure how to put all that in real quick, go to our website. There's a button right there that says, please donate. We appreciate that. That helps us keep going. Again, just pay what you feel that we are worth to you. We will be here every Friday night, far into 2021. We'll probably make it to at least our 1 year anniversary of being online. It's going to be fun, and we're going to be here for you through all of that. You know what? I feel like I should say it again. We're going to be here through that for all of you in a game we like to call Say It Again. Say It Again is a game in which 3 people are going to be performing. At any time, I can yell out, say it again. Whoever just spoke now has to say something completely different from what they had said before. So we're not talking about if they said yes, and I said, say it again, they'd say no, and say it again, they'd say maybe. We're talking completely different. So they could say yes, say it again. I need a sandwich, say it again. Wow, my glass is empty and there's a dinosaur. That would be saying something completely different. So before we get started, we've got 2 of our playing. They're going to jump in right now, and there possibly one of you can play. So is there anybody who would like to play? Obviously, you're out on YouTube. Go ahead and feel free to keep enjoying the show. But if you do want to join us here in the Zoom room and possibly play, go ahead and go to our website and click on that, and you can join us right here in the Zoom room. Not seeing anybody listed, Brett's going to jump in, and we're going to play with the 3 of these guys. Who was it on there? I would like to actually know more about the spotlights and how spotlights work. So not spotlight in Zoom, but actually spotlights in general. So let's deal with these 3 who are spotlight operators. But in the chat, go ahead and put the place you do not expect a spotlight to be, and wherever that is. So again, if I say it again, you're going to have to say it again. Let's see the place that a spotlight does not belong. It does not belong in. As soon as somebody types something, we'll be able to see where it is. All right, so a forest. Clearly, that's where it belongs. So spotlighting things in a forest, guys, take it away.
So I was looking at my schedule, and the work schedule is crazy. Next 3 months, there's so much overtime.
I know, like the Woodland Creatures, they got their little production going on, and we're just gonna be busy forever and ever and ever.
Say it again.
Yeah, you know, Woodland Creatures, they need to be able to see where they're hunting, so we got to stay booked.
Say it again.
You know, man, you should be grateful you've got this awesome job with the spotlight.
It's nice, but I've always felt that it's better if we look in the morning. Our science boss, our science boss Brett. Like the funding is incredible for this, and we should just go in the morning for it.
You know,
Say it again.
Well, I've always wanted to explore the radiographic technical nature of trees, and the only way we can do that is by shining a spotlight on it at night.
Absolutely right. You can really see each definitive grain in the bark. It's truly fascinating. Wouldn't you agree, Boss Brett?
You guys can just call me Brett. You know, I'm that cool kind of boss. And you know, if you guys, you know, if this overtime is too much, I can just do this myself. You guys, I want to be that cool boss that everyone likes. All right, so just, you know, high five.
Yeah,
Hey!
it's a
Say it again,
3-5.
Mallory.
Hey!
Say it again, Mallory.
Whoa! I don't know. I can't high five. I have 3 fingers.
Well, let's do a high 12 then. All 3 of us.
But hold on. We gotta address this situation. You had 5 fingers a while ago. Did the equipment? Did you slam your fingers on the equipment?
The workman's comp report that we put on your desk last week. That was
okay.
the 2 fingers.
I'm a little stressed. I feel this is gonna have to come out of my pocket. I can't.
Say it again.
This is gonna cost me a pretty penny.
Say it again.
I'm gonna go broke.
No,
Well,
Mallory, can you explain?
well, when you're working the spotlight and you notice a sparking problem and you go to turn the light off, but then you remember it's got solar power, so it's still going to keep going, and you go in to fix it, you lose some fingers.
Yeah, that was a nice long sentence. Say it again.
You know, it's solar power and wires, and they just get tangled, and
Yeah, that sentence was too short. Say it again.
well, you know, sometimes you unplug a thing and it's still got power. So you reach in to fix the wire problem and you pull your hand out and you've only got 3 fingers.
And scene. All right, fantastic. So we've understood that Mallory is no longer allowed to touch anything technology based. Thank goodness she has a degree in theater tech. She got through in 3 years. Okay, so you know what? When someone's famous around, it's important to have a press conference for them. And little did you know that the one, the only Brett is incredibly famous. He is. And we're going to find out who he is in a game called Press Conference. So Brett's going to go ahead and leave the room. And we've got 2 press people, Amy and Jared, who are going to go ahead and join this right here. And we're going to find hopefully maybe one of you that we can add to our press corps. And they will have to help Brett guess who he is and what it is he is there to announce. So as soon as I have Amy and Jared up on the screen, we'll go ahead and do that. And does anybody like to play this? It looks like Alan would like to play. Alan is one of our cast members enjoying herself with some time off there. So there is an Adam, and we'll just go ahead and add Amy there while we're at it. Cool. Alan, you're there.
Hey.
Hey, I can't read screens right now. Everybody's dark hair and glasses tonight. I'm getting old. All right, so in the chat, we're going to need some options here. And in YouTube, you can put things in the chat too. So YouTube, we'll see if we get something different from you. I'd like things you put in a cup. Only if you're in YouTube, we'll see if any of those come up. While we're out in here, I would like to get a person, but you know what? They need to be a character from a musical. That's right. In the chat, go ahead and put in a character from a musical. Any famous character from a musical. Obviously, we know that Hamilton's been overdone. So we'll see what people write in over there to the chat. And while they're going ahead and putting those in, let's say I would like the most scientific element that you can think of. I need, you know what? I need something from the periodic table. I need there. Okay. So, can somebody give me the name of one of the cats from the musical Cats? I'm not as familiar. So if anybody wants to type in,
I can.
yes, Mr. Okay, that's yeah. Oh, Belle? Is Belle a character from? Who knows Cats really well?
Hopefully, Brett.
Oh, is it Professor Higgins? We could do that. Maureen, is that a character, Professor Higgins? Sure. So Professor Higgins is here to just to let us know that he has discovered. Oh, okay. He has discovered a. I see boron, so we're gonna say he's discovered, because over here on YouTube it looks like there's a genie can be inside of a cup. So he's discovered an incredibly boring genie. So we got that again. Professor Higgins. Oh, I have the wrong musical? All right, fine. It's Professor Higgins anyway from My Fair Lady. Professor Higgins is here to to tell us that he has discovered an incredibly boring genie. We got that, everybody? All right, fantastic. Out there in the regular land of Zoom, you guys are going to help us out because we need your thumbs up and your claps. If Brett is getting close, and by a miracle, somehow getting close, you're going to go ahead and give the thumbs up signal, and that's going to tell him, yep, that's it. Corey's still all back in regular land where he's snapping, but we're in thumbs up world now. And if he gets it, we're going to go ahead and clap. Or if you want to give the international sign language for clap, you can go ahead and shake your hands like this. That is the sign language version of clapping. So can I get could you go and grab, or somebody go and grab Brett?
I can do so.
All right, fantastic. We should have gotten that a little bit sooner. So how's everybody doing? Great. Anybody know who Professor Higgins is? Jared knows.
I'm not sure. Is he I don't know if he's about to hop in, but
well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
yeah, all right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's perfect. I think I know.
Either. So once he is in the room, oh, there he is.
John right here.
Yes, it's so glad you're here. It's so wonderful that you've decided to show up today. We've got reporters to go ahead and give it all away for you. So I'll let them take it away.
Okay. How's it going? Yes, you.
I have a question.
Sure.
Get curious. How long ago did you get tenure?
I got it about 10 years ago. Yep. Yes, you.
Hello there, friend. I was wondering if you could help me speak correctly.
You speak beautifully, in my opinion, but
Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna speak what I am, eh?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess you could like enunciate more, but I mean, like, just
Like
Oh, no.
this?
Sure, yeah, just
Okay.
like that, yeah. Yes, you.
Yeah. Eliza Cartwright. From 4-H Quarterly.
Oh, an actual person from a place. I like it.
I know. I was actually wondering. I've got a hog that I'm training. Do you have any advice for raising a good big malion?
Me being the person that I am, yes. I'm at the moment I don't feel like telling you. But maybe sooner in later on in this interview, I'll tell you.
Hey,
Yes, you.
I had a question earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question now.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Hey, how do you like being one of them teaching folks at a college?
You mean a professor?
As a matter of fact, I couldn't think of that word.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's good being a professor. I get to, just teach, and it's my passion. It's I love teaching people knowledge. Yes, you.
You do more than just teaching, or is it just teaching? You don't do any bets or anything like that.
I've been known to gamble or two.
Oh, you why?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
and I talk just fine.
you talk just fine. I could give you a soundboard if you need it.
Great.
Yeah, if that would help. You can just press a button and then some other voice will say it for you.
And you don't have to make any, bets about this?
I could. I definitely could. Yes. Did you have a question over there?
Yeah, yes. I know we already discussed my hog. And sometimes like my hog wants a hug. But it doesn't want to turn into a hag. So I'm thinking it might need another like vowel movement in the middle there.
Okay.
Might
Okay.
give you like a first syllable you need or something of your.
You don't have to tell me
First name.
about syllables. I mean, I'm a professor here, and
You are.
there's a bunch of vowels. I know A, E, I, O.
Oh,
U,
stop there. Okay.
Heg,
No, okay. I think you went one
Hig.
not far enough. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have another question?
Remember me, but I asked some questions before.
Yeah.
Hey, you named after one of them kind of boson particles?
I mean, I can ask my dad. And
That'd
my
be
mom.
a good thing to ask your dad, the astrophysicist, most likely.
I'll do that just for you, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, another question there. Like sometimes when I get real excited, I say like, "Ooh, jumping juniper," and I'm thinking that I might want to kind of ferment that into a beverage, and that might give me like the second syllable almost of my last name.
Okay.
Rolling down the street.
Are you kind of
Smoking.
Is it rolling down the street?
Jealousy just isn't your strongest suit.
We'll get back to you. I just know this person has a question or something to say.
Was our friend rolling down the street and just wanting a hug? Oh, what do you call multiple hugs? Not hug outs.
Higgins.
Wow,
Yeah, that's my name, Professor Higgins. Yeah.
You knew that. We're here to ask questions.
Not bad.
So, just if any more questions?
I got more questions.
Yeah.
You ever fall asleep at a CRISPR machine?
No. I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
But for now, the answer is no. I don't think I have a CRISPR machine. I've been around a lot of machines. Because me being Professor Higgins, just yes, you.
Yeah, I know we've all been kind of spending an awful lot of time in our homes, and some people have this itty bitty living space, and I'm thinking that they might want to remodel it to something more interesting. But you kind of had a handle on those in need.
Yeah, I've been known to remodel a home sometimes, but sometimes I
Tremendous
don't.
power, but itty bitty living space.
Just sometimes those quaint living spaces are just better off the way they are. Hey you, I'm gonna call you Andy. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, you said you was a fan of technology, and I was wondering if you like old school things too.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
It's
All of them.
technology is so fast paced, and this is, a little more. You
Yeah.
like old fashioned though, right?
Yeah, I love the old fashioned
I'm
technology.
Australian all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's fine. We get you a soundboard for all kinds of dialects and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna call you George.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm the
George.
guy you called George. My previous question, I realized I may have misheard something earlier, so I'd like to offer a replacement question.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You ever fall asleep rubbing a lamp?
Yeah, matter of fact, I have. It's it depends what kind of lamp. Are you talking about a genie lamp or? Yeah, because I fell asleep with a genie lamp before, rubbed it, and nothing
Slow
came
down
out.
there. I know how many different kind of lamps you're rubbing. Stick with
Okay.
what you got there.
All right. Okay. Yes. I already forgot your name.
Eliza. But
Hi, Eliza.
yeah, hi. Howdy.
Howdy.
But sometimes if they say, well, you can ask a question, like they might say, well, you can ask 3 questions, but first questions you can't ask for more questions. But then they'll just kind of drone on and on and on and on.
This being like inventing stuff like genies and genie lamps and genies to live in the lamps. It's just
You're making it sound way too interesting.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's just.
I guess you guys aren't
Sometimes it
interested.
just is, and sometimes the wishes, quite frankly, aren't that interesting.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I was wondering, you don't usually find this product in the middle of Iowa.
You are right.
It's a fantastic product, and I liked what it does, but it's something about it. It's just not as like how we discussed technology earlier. It's not as intense,
Yes, George?
Hi, I'm the guy you named George a little while back, remember?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, you ever think that maybe Magellan at some point in time went and was the first person to see something incredibly uninteresting? You ever think about that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, definitely. Yes, Andy.
Magellan was also, he also discovered this rare species of worm in the bottom of the ocean. They actually dug into the sediment. They called them, what's another word for digging into the sediment?
Unearthing?
Yes. Yes, that's it. Unearthing worms. Yes.
And there's earthing worms too.
It directly applied to these genies, and I was like, wow.
Oh. Yes, Liza.
Yeah, well, first of all, I just wanted to call attention to my hogs again, because most of them are domesticated, but then I have this wild one that we don't really call him a pig or a hog. We call him a wild something else. But it's still pig, but it's
Okay. Just you know, a lot of boring stuff going on right now, and I
that would answer answer wishes.
yeah, you know, just a boring genie is something that
You're the first one to see this boring genie? Would you say possibly you
invented a boring genie?
No, if you're
You
the
didn't create it.
you didn't
Just
create
found
it.
it.
You were the first person to see it from what I heard. That's me asking questions.
Oh no, yeah. I rubbed the lamp, and then the boring genie came out, and then I became Professor Higgins.
Fantastic.
Yes, so you discovered, I believe, is what we were looking
Oh.
for. You discovered a very boring genie, Professor Higgins from My Fair Lady. We figured you know that musical by heart, Brett, so we chose that for you. All right, folks, end scene on that. Moving right along, you know, sometimes in life, you have trouble selling things. Like Professor Higgins had a lot of problems trying to sell very boring genies. Well, if you got a good ad executive team, they can actually put together really good slogans to sell those. And that's why we're going to play a game called Slogan. So my guys right now are going to add themselves in because this is going to be a game we're going to include a lot of people. And in order to play this game, what you're going to need to do is you come up with punchlines, and you're like, oh, hey, you know, new slogans for toothbrushes. Hey, now used in England. And, you know, except for maybe funny. And then, yeah, so you'll be in the room. You'll say me, hold up your hand. If I call on you, then you'll go ahead and deliver your punchline by saying the name of the suggestion first and then the punchline. So we could take up to 2 people who would like to play this. So it looks like Corey would like to play. He loves playing this game. So we'll add him to this group. And it looks like that's all we've got. So we'll go ahead with that. Let me get myself out of this group. Okay, so folks, we're going to need some things over there in the chat to get slogans for. Let's start off with name brand things that you personally buy. So when you go to the store, you're like, I don't buy, like, personally, I don't know why. I don't call it laundry detergent. I just call it Tide. I don't know why, but I always call it Tide. So yeah, things that you buy that's no matter what, you're getting this thing, go grab me that. So you can do the same thing for a restaurant. When you order something, no matter which restaurant you go to, you still call it the same thing. Go ahead and put those over there. Since musicals are there, just go ahead and give me a random names of plays or musicals, other than the ones that, you know, we obviously know a lot of musicals. We've used a lot of those, but let's see what's out there. Again, in YouTube, you could do that. And while we're at it, if you had a genie in front of you, what is the most boring thing you could wish for? Put that in the chat as well. So we're going to go ahead and get this party started with these guys. I would really like new slogans for nachos.
Me.
Jared.
Nachos. It's not your old snack anymore.
Me.
Ian.
Nachos. When you've gotten really, really tired of chos.
Me.
Corey.
Nachos. The cheesier, the better.
Me.
Amy.
Nachos, because when you're in the movie theater and you're using a straw to sip cheese in a cup, people look at you kind of weird.
Me.
Tim.
Nachos. Now with a week's worth of toilet paper.
Oh. New slogans for LL Bean.
Me.
Amy.
LL Bean. It's the precursor to MM Bean.
Me.
Ian.
LL Bean. You'll never give them the boot.
Me.
Jared.
LL Bean, the LL musical fruit.
New slogans for Poland Springs.
Me.
Mallory.
Poland Springs. If Poland is the tap water.
Me.
Tim.
Poland Springs, what it means to be from Krakow.
Me.
Jared.
Poland Springs. Water from the most exotic, clean place on earth.
Mate,
Poland.
Corey.
Poland Springs. We're not in Poland. We can just go to the springs.
Me.
Brett.
Poland Springs. We designed our bottles so you can flip them better.
Very true.
Me,
Amy.
Poland Springs. They're the coils for waterbed mattresses.
New slogans for generations.
Me,
Amy.
generations. It's like 2 gaps between me and Mallory.
Oh. You know what? Just for the nerds out there in theater world, new slogans for Godot. From Waiting for Godot.
Me,
Tim.
Godot. When you want to watch Wonder Woman.
Me.
Ian.
Do you think we're going to sell it? Do you think we're going to sell it? Could we sell it?
Me,
Tim.
Godot. Now that's a gal I'd see in a movie.
Brett.
Godot. I wish I understood what Ian's joke was.
And scene. Spoiler alert, Brett, because nobody should waste their time reading it. Godot never shows up. They just talk about how he might show up. So, very good. All right, folks. While we're in here, cool. Just a reminder, as apparently the screen just snaps itself back. There we go. And we are going to be here every Friday, and our shows are free. But if you're able to pay what you can and you feel that we have some value to you, please make sure you donate. And you can do that as well on YouTube. You can even do that if you're watching this video years later. I'm sure these links will most likely still work. You can Venmo to Bring Your Own Improv, or you can PayPal with BYOI, or if it's like 10 years from now, you can just hold your wrist up to the screen and I'm sure a donation will automatically come out. By then, time will be a currency. All right, so now we're going to get a game where we're definitely going to need your help over here in the chat, because we're going to play a game called Lines from a Chat. The way this is going to work is we're going to have a scene, and during those scenes, you know, people are just going to not know what to say. And luckily, they're going to be able to look at the chat and come up with the lines they'll be able to say. But since we're kind of low on the numbers this time, what we're going to do is we're going to leave everybody out there. The way you're going to volunteer is by making sure you put lots of things in the chat. And so keep that going. So I've got my guys playing. If Ian, Tim, and Mallory can jump themselves in here, then we'll go ahead and get started with them. The way the chat's going to work is they'll look over there. They're not going to scroll. So you have to keep pumping stuff in there if you want your stuff. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and they have a jukebox and you want your song in there. So you buy like 10 of them. That's kind of what you're going for with this particular setup. So make sure you keep those things coming in the chat. All right. So to get this started, is it Brett? Brett, can you please tell me something on the board we have not touched yet?
Three Musketeers.
We have not touched the Three Musketeers. Right now, we can see the Three Musketeers, but much like this world we're in now, you know what? Three Musketeers are completely unemployed because they have actually solved their problem. The kingdoms move on. This is after the novel. They are now unemployed and unable to do anything for France. So how do they keep their time occupied? Well, we're going to find out. Keep those things going in the chat.
I, Porto, thoroughly declare this drinking session to begin.
Yes, you are now using your musket as nothing but a Swizzle stick for that big, big, big pot of ale.
Wine, cheese. It's lovely.
No thanks, but I think I'll do.
Ah, cheese. I remember cheese on the train.
What a wonderful time fighting and getting the cheese on the train.
Eating and running is intense, and that was what part of the train we did.
Climb Eiffel Tower, defeat all the bad guys. It was just lovely. I miss it.
In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep. I'm sorry, I had to confess that.
So that's the noise I've been hearing every night for the past 7 years.
Yes, it's been a terrible habit, but what is a former musketeer to do?
First they walk, then they fall down the stairs. You are always the same, Porthos.
That's the problem, is the stairs are always there when I need to fall, and it's so much worse.
Why are you drunk? I told you not to get drunk.
Sorry, that was actually me. Oh, wait. No, I was drinking.
Without a few battles, we cannot possibly keep him sober.
I know. It's going to be a lot of work on our part to keep him kind of sober, just in case the king needs us.
I know. Porthos, list neighbor villages.
There's wine makes me shine. There are many villages on the map. You should try some of their pubs.
We may have to knock me out so he doesn't do any damage. He'll be too
And
concerned.
scene. All right. So we understand if the three musketeers get themselves by themselves, they will only think of the train and the cheese and the wine. All right, folks. You know what? If you're on a train, that may be one way to get around, or you might be able to take this thing that was called a trolley. It's kind of like a bus, but fancy and stuck on a track, because we're going to play a game called Trolley Stop. The way this is going to work is we're going to have somebody's going to start in the scene, and then somebody's going to jump in with them. The person who's sitting there has to be ready to become whatever the person coming in is. So if they come in and they're a big cowboy, then that person who was already there has to become that big cowboy. Kind of like a mirroring thing. Those guys will have like a 2 to 3 line scene. The first person will find a reason to leave, and then someone else will come in and join them. So I can take up to 2 people who can play. And I see Alan and Corey. So we're going to put you guys in. If somebody could just unmute them, but we don't need to drop them in there. All right. So the order is going to go Tim, Mallory, Alan, Brett, Corey, Amy, Jared, and Ian. There's no need to get any suggestions to get started other than Tim and Mallory, Tim putting himself on the spotlight there. And I'm going to take myself out of the spotlight because guess what? Mallory's probably going to come in.
Hi there, neighbor. Do you mind if I take a seat with you?
Sure. Go ahead. Seats right there, neighbor.
No, it's nice and comfy. I got to change into my running shoes just to gonna get on the trolley. We're gonna have a great day.
Yeah, I think I'll let you just continue on that run. I'm gonna go for a walk.
All right, but you enjoy the rest of your day.
Walkity, walkity, walkity. Hello, I brought candy for me because it's Halloween.
You brought candy for Halloween? Did you bring candy for me?
Yes, I brought candy for you. Brigadeiros. Fudge and chocolate.
Lovely. Well, I think I see some more candy over there, so I'm going to walkity walk over there, but enjoy the rest of your day.
Tell me about candy later.
Hey, I like your jeans.
Thanks.
Hey,
They're
I
made of
also like your
paper.
shirt. Oh, is your shirt made out of paper too? Because I like that too.
Yeah, it is. It absorbs the water.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yours does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why'd you like it?
Oh
I went shopping.
Well, you know what? I'm going to shop for that shirt right now.
So, how do you like these clothes, sir? How do you like those clothes?
I like them a lot. They're made of nice material.
I'm pretty sure you'll love them because they're really fashionable and I love them and get down.
Oh, well, nice. I'm gonna go.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hark! A pestilence approaches us. I fear the weather draws nigh.
Hey, how do you feel the weather? How do you feel about the weather now?
Storms become tempestuous in the light.
Well,
I fear the dawn.
well, the dawn is soon approaching me. I gotta skedaddle. Adios.
Thou shalt leave anon.
Hi, I see this is the trolley stuff.
Yeah, you could call it that.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to get on out of here.
Oh, telling you I should not have sucked that cheese through a straw in the movies last night. I'm gonna go excuse myself for a moment.
You do that.
So I understand that someone around here thinks that they are macho.
You hear someone thinks they're macho? You know who that is? That is me, the macho man.
You think you are macho. I am macho.
I am macho. Maybe together our combined forces can be macho grande.
Muy macho. Macho times dos.
Dos machos. I am going to go spread my machismo over there.
And scene. There's no trace machos going on there. All right, folks, we've had a good night tonight so far. Although some people could call it debatable, we'll find out in our last game of the night, Debate Club, where our team are going to go ahead and debate the elements of the things that happened tonight based on what Walker tells us he wants to learn more about. So as my guys are adding themselves to this situation and bringing themselves in, I am going to go ahead and check with Walker for a second. So let me get this. There is Walker. Walker, my question for you is, of everything that you saw tonight, what is it that you think is up for debate?
I think Hamilton.
Hamilton,
up for
just like The Man in general?
No, the whole musical itself.
Just the musical itself?
Actually, no. Let's put up the man himself.
The man himself. So we're actually going to talk about the man and ignore the musical completely. That way Disney doesn't sue us for first in choosing to tell them all about their service, debating on why the musical is not any good. Hopefully Tim will actually join us too, because that could be fun as well. So these guys know how to challenge and set this thing up. Walker, you go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, folks, topic on the table is the man, the myth, the legend, Hamilton, the individual. Let's see what this $10 got it. Who knows the best? Amy does. Amy, start us off.
See, Alexander Hamilton was such a national treasure of the United States, actually. And he definitely...
Challenge.
Jared.
I have my doubts that Amy knows Hamilton the man the best right now.
I accept. Please explain what you know.
So Hamilton is really, really famous, which is weird because he's the one who got shot. The only thing Aaron Burr is known for is the guy who shot Hamilton. Hamilton got shot.
Challenge.
Ian.
Well, there's a second thing known about Burr, which was that he was vice president also.
I accept. Please explain.
Because in the election of 1800 was a very exotic electoral style that we've since gotten rid of. The person who finished second in the presidential vote became the vice president. It wasn't a separate office that was run for. And Burr was running alongside
Challenge.
Jefferson.
Yes, Brett.
I came here to do improv and not learn about anything.
I accept. Brett, please tell me what you refuse to learn.
I refuse to learn any historical stuff and stay ignorant for the rest of my life.
Challenge.
Mallory.
If you don't understand and respect history, you're doomed to repeat it.
I accept. Mallory, please explain to me why you had to take history class over again.
Well, I had to take history class over again because I got really stuck with the ancient Greek gods and the ancient Roman gods, and I got them all confused.
Challenge.
Yes, Ian.
The ancient Greek gods and Roman gods were the same gods. They just had two different names.
I accept. Please explain.
Well, the Romans were very industrious, but they weren't very creative. So they actually just stole all the gods that the Greeks already had and just gave them new Latin names.
Challenge.
Yes, Tim.
Because Rome and Greece are in different places, those gods might have been different gods.
I accept. Please explain the issue of why they're different.
See, the Romans took a bunch of things from different places, so that means they adapted it for themselves, but that doesn't mean they're the same gods.
Challenge.
Yes, Ian.
What he's just saying is that they took things from different places, which is what I just said. They took the Greek gods.
I accept. Please explain how they're different then.
Well, Zeus, Jupiter, those are different names. So Tim would have
Challenge.
you believe they're...
Yes, Tim.
They have different names, so they are different gods.
Yeah, you already tried to argue that once, and then you argued Ian's point. Brett.
Challenge. I think out of everyone in this team right now, I think Jared looks the most like a god.
I accept. Please explain why Jared looks like a god with that man bun.
Like, I know that Ian and Jared both have beards, but like Jared is just like, I don't know, it's just like so like
Challenge.
godly.
Yes, Ian.
Let him go on.
There are lots and lots of gods that don't have beards.
I accept. Please name the gods that don't have beards.
All female gods do not have beards.
Challenge.
Challenge.
Yes, Tim.
It's possible some female gods could have beards because there are many universes and many dimensions.
I accept. Please
possible.
explain.
Well, the issue is this is just, universal mathematics. There is the probability that some female gods might have a beard, and that's okay. But we're going to talk about,
Challenge.
Why?
Yes, Ian.
Gods don't obey the laws of probability in mathematics.
I accept. Please explain, but like you're trying to explain it to a second grader. You have 60 seconds. Go.
Gods can do things they want. They don't follow rules like we do.
Challenge.
Amy.
Gods follow rules, but they actually make the rules that they follow.
I accept. 55 seconds.
Because the gods just say, hey, here's what we're going to do. And so this is how it's going to be.
Tim.
Gods never say, hey, here's what they're going to do. They just do.
Jared, what do you have?
If the gods really did make the rules, then they would all have beards because no god would make a rule that they don't have a beard.
Yeah, sorry, Tim. That's a better argument. Go ahead, Jared.
Beards are awesome. Beards are a sign of virility and godliness. We all know it.
Amy.
Aphrodite and Athena beg to differ.
I accept. You have 30 seconds.
Because Aphrodite thought a beard would distract her too much from looking in the mirror. And so she said no. And Athena said, hey, a beard's just going to take up too much time. I want to study.
Jared.
I have my doubts about the historical accuracy of that conversation.
I accept. Please discuss your issues with it.
If those two goddesses were talking, all they'd be talking about is how awesome the gods with beards are. Everybody knows that.
Mallory.
The goddess of Athena is the goddess of war and knowledge. She would not waste her time talking about boys.
Okay, 15 seconds. Go.
All right, so the goddess of Athena had a lot of stuff to do. She had to make sure that all the knowledge was getting spread to all of the wonderful people in ancient Greece. She also had to make sure that everything.
Ian.
She kind of only spread the knowledge to the people of Athens, not the warriors of Sparta.
I accept. Please explain.
Athena was the patron god of Athens. The Spartans were just like those boys that you were so disdainful of.
Amy.
I want to bring this back to musicals and talk about Xanadu.
Okay, accept. Please explain.
Because, see, Xanadu is where you bring your Greek mythology and your musicals and roller
Challenge!
all together.
Yes, Jared.
Xanadu would have been so much better if everybody had beards.
I accept. Please explain. 5 seconds.
If everybody in Xanadu had beards, it'd be called Beardadoo. And Beardadoo would be awesome on so many levels.
Challenge.
Musical, drama.
I support everything that Jared says.
Then why are you interrupting him?
Because beer
Scene. All right, folks. We had a great night tonight. We hope you did too. Thank you out there on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're here in the room, check out the YouTube later. Make sure you like and subscribe. That helps us out quite a bit. If you know someone who needs some sort of event right now, or things are getting kind of boring at work because now, going out and doing things is about to become a lot more difficult again, you can actually hire us for parties or company events or just a get together or a family reunion or entertainment on Thanksgiving if football's canceled. Who knows? We'll be here for you. Give us a little email through our website, bringyourownimprov.com, and we'll go ahead and see what we can put together for you for your special event. Obviously, we want to thank those volunteers that came out this evening. We want to thank Walker, our fam, because he's awesome. And I want to make sure I thank one of the coolest casts around because we had Tim.
Is this how I do the spot? Am I supposed to do the spotlight? Or
No,
Tim.
we had Mallory.
You're supposed to replace Tim. Theater tech. You replace, you don't add.
We had
I'm
Brent.
such a good team.
One day when I grow up, I hope to have a beard like Ian or Jared's.
We had
Or
Amy.
Corey.
I think the Big Lebowski would be Xanadude.
We had Jared.
I'd watch a movie called Beer to Do.
And Ian.
And now the show is over. Time for the wine and the cheese.
My name's Daniel. I want to thank you guys so much. You have a fantastic evening and
And scene.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.